Greetings, sentient beings. It's that time of the week. Yes, it is our wrestling roundup. We got Rampage, we have Impact, we have New Japan G1 Climax, and much other news. Plus, a bad wrestler coming back? Who knows? This is Total Spotfest.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, welcome back to Total Spotfest. I am JJ Brownlee. He is Jamie Faulkner. We are coming back at you in our typical black wrestling shirts here, just like the marks that we are.
Mine's not a wrestling shirt. It's the
touche. I'm sorry. I see a black shirt with white on it. I think wrestling shirt. That's why.
Right.
It is. Mine most definitely is. Finally came in the mail over the weekend here. Got my Ruby Soho shirt for those of you listening. Hey Ruby. So I'm super happy. I've been sleeping in it. No, I haven't. Thank you for joining us. I'm the stop right there. I don't know where I'm going.
I think we all knew where you were going there.
Hey, all right, so thank you for watching, thank you for listening, we do appreciate it. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit a comment down below, join the conversation, give a like button, press while you're down there, and if you want to hear more, of course, the subscribe is available for you. If you are listening to us on your favorite podcast provider, you can join the conversation with us on Twitter at Total Spotfest. Be sure to check out our brand new website. It's been up for a week. All the kinks have been ironed out, I believe. It is www.totalspotfest.com. Visit the merch table and get your own obligatory black pro wrestling t-shirt. You know what I'm talking about? Go to our website, check it out. It's funny. I like it.
Or if you're into hashtag heel shit, we got you there too.
We do. Speaking of heel shit, though, we have a special show next week coming up here. So we did a interview most recently with the inspiration behind heel shit. See what I did there? I'm pulling back all my I studied journalism briefly in college.
Wait. We got Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. What?
No, Jamie's not a puddle. We didn't yet, but you got to do the whole bait and switch. So, woo, No, the inspiration behind heel shit. Hoodie Howlett, Anaya, the Howletts. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Next Tuesday is coming out, so I'm gonna give you guys plenty of notice there. It's coming out. If you want, go get yourself a heel shit shirt just the same. But we only got for that. So all right.
And this interview is not for the faint of heart. So if you do not like curse words, you should still listen to it. But if you don't, just be prepared. They're coming.
Be prepared.
They're flying.
Alice don't give a fuck. So it was a good time. That was a good time. So that'll be included in next week's Tuesday podcast. So be on the lookout for that. I mean, how was you were off work, had a long weekend. How was your weekend, man?
Very, very, very busy. We didn't have homecoming or anything like that, but we had softball tournaments, we had soccer games, we had softball practice and soccer practice, and we had dentist trips, and I was living the dad life, hardcore dad life.
Wow.
But no wrestling, so it was kind of nice to have a little break.
A little bit of break from this, but it's interesting because it's like, oh, you had a day off. That's be great. Have a 3-day weekend, and it's like I think you did more work actually not being at work.
100%.
So I had a fun weekend. I had some wrestling, of course, because I don't have that hashtag dad life going on. Thank God. Thank you, Jeebus. No, I had so Thursday I had a buddy in town. We were hanging out, and then Saturday night, the St. Louis Blues, my favorite hockey team, was in town for a preseason game against the Devil Spawn. I mean, the Chicago Blackhawks, in the Independence Event Center, where we're going to be in less than a month for AEW Dynamite. But it was a jam-packed arena. It was a great atmosphere. My first real, no offense to the Kansas City Mavericks, minor league team here, it's my first real hockey game since before the pandemic. So it felt great. I was back in my atmosphere, and it was fantastic. So Yeah. Well, there was wrestling that happened this weekend.
Yes, there was.
Before we get to that, quick little note. Yesterday was supposed to be the day when Journey Pro's tickets for Freaks Come Out at Night, which is happening on the 29th of this month, they were supposed to go on sale. And Walter then, of course, sometime early this last weekend, said that his wife was taking him on a trip and foreboding him from using the internets. So
Good for him. Good for her.
Good for her. Yes, good for her, for sure. She so tickets got pushed back. They're going on sale actually tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, yeah, you missed it, you forgot about it, you're still good. Tickets on sale tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central. Be on the lookout for that. Side note, I don't know if you saw this, but Twitter gave us a little reminder. Our friends over in St. Louis Anarchy had a tweet that happened yesterday that one Mr. Jeremy Wyatt. Oh, we have a visitor. Look at that.
Yeah. Hi. She's done this a lot today. Sorry.
She's warming up to you. That's Jamie's cat, for those of you listening, hopped up onto the desk there. She's warmed up to you, apparently, huh?
Very much so. And she seems to think that she needs to paw at the monitors, which she still has her claws. So it's a little scary.
Well, it's company property. We'll get you new ones.
Yeah.
But no, one Mr. Jeremy Wyatt, as of yesterday, the 4th of October, celebrated his 3rd year anniversary of becoming crowned the St. Louis Anarchy Gateway Heritage Champion. 3-year run.
I mean, I love him, but that's a long time.
That's a long time. And if they're not building up for a massive Jeremy Wyatt 3 blow off somehow, some way, I don't know what we're even doing here.
Right?
Because it's got to happen.
There's got to be a winner, and it's got to be Gary J.
Congratulations to our favorite lion-themed wrestler, Mr. Jeremy Wyatt.
You know, he should, because, at the Freaks Come Out at Night, it's right around Halloween, and they want us to dress up. He should definitely come with somebody who does a goddamn lion tamer. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the monarch. It is a regal move.
You didn't think you getting a response was going to make him stop, did you, Jeremy? I mean, it's not.
Oh no.
You just fed the bear. Jamie will not stop till he sees a lion tamer. Then he'll probably switch to just another wrestler and beg for a lion tamer some more.
Then you're safe. Unless you put it into your repertoire completely, and then I can see it every time you wrestle. Nope, I won't stop.
I'm still hankering for the fake out. I want him or somebody. Dallas said he was going to do it, but he's a liar. And I'm gonna do it, Jamie, and then pull it away. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, congrats to the Monarch, 3-year reign there. So there was wrestling to be had over the weekend. I know Jamie took a little break from it. He had family time, so took a little step back, right? Mm-hmm. And you were getting a little wrestling overload. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
We were going hot and heavy there for a good chunk. All right.
Yeah, there was a 4-week span where we saw 7 live shows.
A lot. Now, built around us going to Chicago for a long weekend, of course. Yeah. But still, a lot. But I did watch wrestling this weekend. So Friday night was AEW Rampage. And this was, I will call it was a lighter episode of Rampage. Once again, they all can't be bangers. We talked about this with Dynamite, months back, that you can't put the bar up here and keep hitting it. You're never gonna get there. You gotta lower that bar a little bit because of reality's sake, right? Yeah. Can't go breakneck. So this was a little bit light, and I say that even as they opened with Bryan Danielson's second match in AEW. But it opened with Danielson versus Nick Jackson, which is just as good as a match as you can imagine it was. It was very good. There was a spot in the match that did occur on the apron. And did you know that that's the hardest part of the ring?
I did not know that.
Well, it's actually not.
Oh.
And Excalibur was very adamant about that. That is the second hardest part of the ring. The first hardest, of course, being the ring post. They were just used before they moved to the anyway. But that was my number one note here, was that he made mention it's the second hardest part of the ring, because it's almost like a fuck you to the entire like wrestling community.
It's to JR.
Commentary.
JR, it's the hardest part of the ring.
JR and everybody else. Michael Cole's the worst, you know. That's a standalone statement, but still. Regardless, this is a fun ass match to watch. Danielson did, of course, get the win. Got it via cattle mutilation. So
love it. Such a great name.
My buddy, my fraternity brother Alex. What's up, Alex? You're listening to us now, man. He actually texted me about that. He goes, "Win via cattle mutilation." So if you have not heard, go back and listen to one of our episodes a couple weeks ago. We were talking about that. Great story about Daniel Bryan using that for years in the Indies and ROH, and not knowing it was called a cattle mutilation. Fantastic story.
And he's vegan.
So
that's the best part of it. It's irony.
That's the cherry on top for sure. So you had a bunch of promos tonight too. So you had Ricky Starks promo against Brian Cage, because they can't let Brian Cage move on. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck. He's injured right now. As a matter of fact, Cage is he jacked up his elbow or something. Yeah.
Oh. And his wife's talking all this crap, and he's hurt.
His wife's a very headstrong woman. I would not. Yeah. It's not a serious injury. He's not going to be out for like months.
Oh, okay, good.
He is a little bit hurt, but it's time to move him on. You get a quick CM Punk promo. Then you had the triple threat match between Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, and it definitely was good for Jade. Jade got the win in this, by the way. So it was an easier way for her to win, because there were parts in this where she was going off and you could tell that she's still a little green at spots, right? I think that it really shows, like, you can hide some of that. You hide it a lot when you're doing these squash matches. You could definitely hide it in something like a battle royal, right? The instinctive triple threat is you have two people square off for a good portion of the match. You just keep switching who that people are, right? Depending on what it is, you know, if you have somebody like they did on Impact this week, which I'll talk about later, you can have just ridiculous triple spots for 15 minutes. But, you know, so you definitely got to see some of her greenness show up a little bit from here and there. But overall was good for her to get there. They progressed the storyline too, because they had Jade win. Not clean. There was a well, what did she do? It was Nyla Rose went up, was on. There's a table set up outside, and Nyla Rose was on the things that you climb. Hello, turnbuckles. Those are words. Words, man. Yeah, she's on the turnbuckles on the outside of them, and then I don't know why, but she was, and so Thunder Rosa got there and kind of hit her, distracted her, and then power bombed her from the turnbuckles onto the table on the outside. Looked great. Which then Jade came from across the other side of the ring and pulled her, Thunder Rosa, into the ring and beat her with a chair that Mark Sterling threw her. The chair shots were not crisp, so that's where I say there's still some greenness to her, but she didn't win clean, so still keeping it open. Like, we still believe Thunder Rosa's the one, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Malachi Black promo after that, which was just really good. He just digging into Cody Rhodes and like, what are you even doing? I've just decimated your family and all that stuff. Then you did not have a Arn Anderson NRA promo. That he wasn't featured at all. They stayed clear of that. There's a wrestling game out there you can get. I think it's available on PC. I think there's all sorts of mods you can add to it. And almost immediately after Dynamite last week, they put a mod in there with an Arn Anderson character where his finishers all involve him and two guns.
Yep. shooting him with his Glock. Splattering their brain everywhere. Man, the Arn Anderson memes are amazing right now.
They are so good. So good. If you haven't, go look them up. Arn Anderson himself has a T-shirt now where the R is a pistol.
Came out the very next day.
They're like, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna roll with this, right? Then you got a preview, or they laid out. Okay, so on Dynamite, they're doing the casino ladder match. It's the first time it's been done on TV. It's always been done at a pay-per-view before. And they laid out there's gonna be 6 people plus a Joker. They laid out the first 4: Pac, Andrade, Moxley, and Lance Archer. They came back later on after the main event, and they put Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy in there as well. So those are your 6 combatants, plus there'll be a Joker surprise.
Ooh, who do you think it is?
So the top speculation is Hangman, by far. And it makes sense because, that lines up for Full Gear, right? That gives him a chance to get the title shot, because the stipulation was if the Dark Order lost to the Elite in the elimination 10-man tag, that no title shot for Hangman.
Yep.
This negates that. And there's other ways they can go. I know Leo Rush was, he's confirmed he's signed with All Elite now. There's other people that are out there. You could have a surprise. Buddy Murphy's teasing it with the Joker card emoji on Twitter, which almost tells me it's definitely not him,
yes.
Right? So I think that it's Hangman. I think that's why it's Hangman, because that circumvents that. And with the Dark Order being back together again, he can be back and not be back with the Dark Order, but he can be there because they're good and they're all on the same page, and they can let him do his thing and come in at the right time and celebrate with him when he wins. That's what I believe. I don't think you put Danielson in there. You don't need to. You don't need to put Punk in there. He doesn't need it, right? Cole, maybe.
Yeah.
But then again, the winner gets a AEW title shot. So
you want that after Hangman.
That's down the road. That's when you're going to have Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen come in, right? That's when you want the Cole Hangman feud. Because that goes perfectly with storyline. So that's my thought. You have any thoughts on who it would be?
Hangman makes so much damn sense.
It does,
but it hurts. Like it almost feels like it makes too much sense. And every time I think something makes too much sense, AEW just does a swerve, which I appreciate. The only time that they haven't done that was Ruby Soho. Like, that one just made too much damn sense. And
it was perfect.
Yeah, it was. Hi, Ruby.
Hey, Ruby.
But, if it's not Hangman, I really don't know who they put in there.
Well, so the internet has been doing the internet things, right?
Of course.
And there has been said, Jay White, and Jay White is one, and number 2 I don't really buy, but Ospreay.
Oh my God! If it was Ospreay, I would lose my ever-loving mind.
I would too. He's in England.
Him in a ladder match. He was just in the United States. He was just in a strong match for Strong.
Was he?
Yeah, he's in the U.S.
Oh, that's right. They was it the Dallas shootings?
Yeah, Dallas shootings. Jesus.
Oh, that's bad. Oh,
wow.
Sorry, Candy Family. All right. Okay. Moving on.
Quickly. How about them Bears, huh? How about them Bears, everybody?
I'd rather talk about the Bears than Steelers. Goddamn.
At least they
I
have
got the meme you sent me, by the way. Thank you. Yes.
Nacho year.
I know. I said it last week. We are a bad football team. It's because we didn't plan for the future. Kevin Colbert, you son of a bitch. I'm not blaming anybody.
That's all right. We didn't plan for a defense. You're all good.
Nah, I know. At least you got to have a football team. We do too. It's just not talking
your
about
defense and our offense. We would be 16-0, blowing people out.
That'd be an
40
unstoppable team. That'd be the Notre Dame of the 40s. And no one would beat them. It'd be insane. So, here's the thing. It's like Osprey seems too perfect, right? And that's something that I think you will see that happen. He's already teased AEW. They've already teased it at that. I think that's a thing, though, that you wait and build for. Like, you've had so much new and all this stuff. I think that's a thing that you put in your back burner until the perfect time, right? Happen now would be fantastic. If it happened like a year from now, or like next All Out, look out, you know? So that's kind of my thought. Jay White, to me, makes sense, because Jay White is doing things, you know, in America already. He's been on Impact. I don't know if he's currently in America or not. Honestly, I don't know. But I think he is, because he was at the Strong tapings as well. So I think that makes more sense to me. And here's the thing. They don't have to win it. This doesn't have to be the end, you know, Full Gear opponent either. I never said it was for Full Gear. You just get a title shot in the future, right? So you could do Archer. Gets Archer out, you know, something different. You could do Moxley. That'd be cool, right? You could do Orange Cassidy again. That's good ratings, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. But my heart is with Hangman. And I think that when I think more about it, I think it just makes sense. But let us know what you guys think. Is there another name we're not thinking of? Are we too on the nose with Hangman? Because that's pretty on the fucking nose, let's be honest.
If it's not Hangman, I feel like I'll be disappointed.
Yeah. Even if it is like a good like debut or something, you know.
I think the only
Let's say it's Buddy. Let's just say it's Buddy for shits and giggles.
I'd be
right?
disappointed.
Right.
If it's
Even though that'd be
Osprey,
cool.
Osprey would be the only one, legit, the only one I wouldn't be disappointed to see. I would even be disappointed if I saw Jay White, and I love Jay White.
Really? Okay. Because there's no story to it?
Exactly, he's just appearing.
Right. Whereas Osprey's laid the groundwork, so there's story there.
Yeah, so, like, my thing is this.
Okay.
It's got to be Hangman, and then Hangman's got to beat Omega. Then Omega and Brian Danielson will have their rematch at that point, because there ain't no rematch.
Two rematches, I bet you.
Yeah. So then they go at it, you know, and they will do an Iron Man match. Guarantee. I'm calling that shit out now. Mark it down. Brian Danielson, Kenny Omega, Iron Man match happening. So don't know when. But that's
Revolution.
Yeah.
I'm going with Revolution.
But then after that, Omega's going to get his big head again, and then that's going to finally give us the payoff of Cole Omega. That is the long-term play this motherfucker wants to see. Like,
you want to talk about long term? We're talking what? 6 years? 7
years,
years long term?
3 promotions ago.
Right.
For all of them.
That is the textbook epitome of long term booking there, if I've ever heard one. So
I mean, that's why.
All right, well,
that's why Adam Cole got drugged in the first place.
I know that's why they killed him. Yes, I think that if you look, okay, we could talk about this for hours. We're not getting on the fancy bookie island quite yet, but you guys let us know down below. Do you think it's going to be Hangman 2? Do you think it's going to be anybody else? Let us know. Give us a tweet if you're not watching on YouTube at Total Spotfest. Let us know what you guys think. Orange Cassidy, Jack Evans hair versus hair match. Cassidy won. They shaved his head. The HFO came out to try and stop it, and the rest of the best friends kind of came out through the side way and stopped them. Met by the Dark Order, and Hardy, for the greater good, backed up. It's not worth the fight, right? So they cut his hair and they shaved off the side of his head. So I think he might have one of those like faux hawk, situation things going on here. They didn't go straight bald on him, or they might just go straight bald on him. Who knows? But
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, that was Rampage.
Pretty good.
How did that translate to numbers? Is what I want to know, because you have the numbers handy, don't you?
I do. I really do. So, one of my catchphrases.
I'm not going to watch that movie just for that reason. I'm not just for that reason. I'm not going to watch the movie.
Oh, it's so good, though.
I probably will watch that movie some point in time.
All right, so it was a rough week for wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Really rough. Only one show, went up in ratings. And it wasn't the one I was expecting, just to be honest with you. From all the
Okay.
shows, this is the one I was not expecting. Mainly because I don't watch it. If that's any kind of spoiler for you.
Spoiler.
So, it wasn't the juggernaut known as Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw went down to 1.709. That's down from 1.722. So, not exactly a huge loss.
Still, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they suck.
There's a reason there's tension between USA executives and WWE.
100%. And then NXT was almost down 100,000 people.
Wow.
When they're only drawn 746 the week before and they drew 655 this week, that's a big piece. That's a big amount.
Wow.
And then subsequently, AEW did drop 100,000, but since their numbers were higher, it was less impactful because they were at 1.152 million compared to the 1.273. They were still the number one show on cable TV on Wednesday again.
Still top the demo, too.
Top of the demo. They were a little bit below the demo on Raw. Raw was 0.48. They're at 0.45. So there you go.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens when hockey debuts. The first 2 weeks that hockey is live, middle of the month here, they're on Saturday Dynamites.
Mm-hmm.
After that, though, is what I'm interested to see. Especially because it's the same network family.
Yeah.
Will they just not care? Like, oh, who cares? We're getting them on one or the other. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be very, very interesting there. Impact went down slightly. They were the smallest of the losers, if you will. They were at 117. They went down to 115. So 2,000 people. That's it.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Minor. Very, very,
Still need
very minor.
Still need a better TV deal, and we're going to say that every week until they get one.
Yes, 100%. Because it's a good product, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Good product. SmackDown went up. The only one.
Because of the damn draft, too, I bet. They had
Yep.
WWE draft.
It's the Highlander. There can only be one, I guess, and this was the one. And they went up to 2.120, up from 2.090. So a cool 30,000 people.
Still not a big number. I mean, it's the biggest number of any show.
Yeah, 100%.
Not what Fox was looking for, though.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. So Rampage went down slightly again. Okay. So
Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, y'all.
Okay, so Rampage went down slightly. They were at 640. They went down to 622. Still think this is a terrible time slot for them.
Oh, it is.
If they just move back 1 hour, just 1 hour, I think they would see increase. Yes, they'd be going head to head with the final hour of SmackDown, but the proof has been in the pudding that SmackDown's most of their views are in that first hour.
And to be fair, it's network versus cable. I don't think that I don't believe this constitutes, going head to head. Not really. I really don't. And if it does, great. We know who's going to win that. The better product, right? I don't know. The time slot is terrible. I don't know if they care though. I mean, they're doing decent enough that it's like, whatever,
We'll see. I would really like to see 1 hour, or they change their day. Rampage might be better. I don't know if a Saturday night type thing would do, because I mean they have pay-per-views on Saturday nights, Thursday, but then they be going head to head with their buddies, Impact, and they don't necessarily want to do that. But Impact's only an hour, right? Or is it 2 hours now?
Oh, Impact's 2 hours.
Is it 2 hours now?
2 hours. It's an hour and 20, hour and 30 if you watch it on the YouTube like I do.
I mean, they should do 6 to 8 and do 8 to 10. There you go. Boom, boom.
I mean, I don't hate the idea of a Saturday night Dynamite either. A Saturday night Rampage. I mean, they're doing Saturday night Dynamites here coming up here in a few weeks.
Yeah, why not just do a Rampage out of it?
I don't know. I think you get at least 700,000 people out of that. I know you're going up against college football and then potentially, other sports and things. I don't know. Friday night at 10 o'clock 9 East, 9 Central is not a great time slot for anything.
Well, and I think one of the big things, and hence why also Full Gear got moved, was because the Khans are really good friends with Dana White and all them, and they're big wrestling or UFC and boxing fans, and they don't want to go head to head with that. Like they know that their fan base is probably gonna watch that, so that would be the other shoe for that, I guess. The other caveat, but I don't know.
I mean, do you make it floating then? Because if you're gonna start doing that for the, I don't think there's a good answer for it, to be honest with you. Either you have not the most desirable time slot, or you go up against somebody, friend or foe, whether that be go up against SmackDown, with all things considered being equal, that probably would be the path of least resistance, because it's not going up against Impact, which they have a relationship. It's not going up against, pay-per-views from their, friends' companies and potentially theirs. I know that, like Bound for Glory has moved itself to accommodate. Well, I don't know if that's why, but Bound for Glory is happening after the Saturday night Dynamite that's happening on the 23rd. So maybe you do an hour and a half. How about this? Maybe you do an hour and a half of Impact Wrestling on TNT, followed by an hour and a half of Rampage.
I'd rather see it the other way around. And I bet AEW would do the same.
How about I'm just saying, you've already got that relationship with them. Help them get onto your TV network so you can really tie into that. And you guys really become sister products. And at that point, cool, whatever, right? But then you have Thursday night, you do Impact and a little bit of Rampage all in the same breath. And it would help both out for ratings, I think. I don't know. That maybe Impact doesn't want to be that tied. There was the rumors before that there was heat between Anthem and Tony Khan. So
yeah, I don't know.
They're cool now, from what I've heard, but at the beginning there was apparently heat between them. So
yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it does do that Sammy Guevara thing. I don't know.
I think it's pre-Sammy. I think it was Sammy Guevara along with, because I heard that Sammy Guevara thing was blown out of proportion by the internet.
Oh, 100%.
But I think it was a little bit too when they were starting and they were pulling people over from Impact as well, so.
Fair.
You're the new kid on the block, whatever. I don't know. Whatever. There's a solution there. Or you just run it as it is. And, sometimes you get 750, sometimes you get 600. Or nothing.
Or Impact goes on one of Turner's sister networks, because Turner's got more than just TBS and TNT.
It would be a better run for everybody if Tony Khan works some magic and get Impact on the Warner Media one way or another. The better network than Access. They would get better numbers on a better network. Period. End of sentence. Right. If they got to adjust some stuff and we can play some things around, cool. Shit, if you move to 10 o'clock, 9 Central on Thursday, that's a better time slot than on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday at 10 o'clock, people are going out, That's not a great time to have.
No. Negative Ghost Rider.
So, well, all right. Well, that's numbers for the week. Good to know. You have some updates from New Japan for us, too?
I do. We have quite a few days, or nights, if you will, to cover on the G1 Climax nights. So we were last...
Did you ever find night 3, or is it just
gone.
Dust in the wind?
Yeah.
Fuck that night. It's gone.
It's gone. So we last left you guys at night 5. So we will start at night 6. So night 6 was the A block, I believe. Where's Evil? No, B block. Sorry, B block. It was B block. So this one, we'll just start at the top here. Evil won against Taichi. So Evil is undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to throw that one out there.
It sounds like somebody called that from the very start about him definitely moving forward. I don't know who that was. But,
I don't know either. Sonata beat Chase Owens.
Okay.
Jeff Cobb, also undefeated, ladies and gentlemen, defeated Hiroki Gato. Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Tama Tonga. Not shocked by that one at all.
No, not at all.
And then Okada beat Yoshihashi.
Okay.
So good.
That makes sense.
Good round there. So right now in B block, we're in B block. Okada's 3-0. Jeff Cobb's 3-0.
You said A block.
Oh, sorry, B block. This is B block.
Okay.
B
all
block.
right.
Sorry. So Okada's got 6 points, 3-0. Jeff Cobb's got 6 points, 3-0. Taichi's got 4. Evil's got 4. So Evil did go 2-1. We missed one of his. I apologize. Must have been that fictitious night 3. Sonata's got 4. Tanahashi's got 4. Tama Tonga's got 2. And then Yoshihashi, Hiroki Gato, and Chase Owens are all over. So that is night 6. So let's go to night 7. And we are back at A block. And we have Tomohiro Ishii defeating Tongaloa.
Not surprised there either.
Great Okan lost to Zack Sabre Jr.
Ooh, Zack Sabre coming up, Adam.
Then Ibushi beat Toru Yano. Shocker.
Okay.
And then Kenta lost to Shingo Takagi. Not surprised by that one either.
Yeah, not at all.
So here are our standings as of right now. In the A block, Great Okan and Zack Sabre Jr. are tied with 8 points. So Great Okan's 4-1. Zack Sabre got 4-0, but Great Okan was supposed to wrestle Tetsuya Naito at this point, so he's already got his 2 points. So that's why Zack.
That's why there's an extra match in there.
Yep.
I'm like, and is the A block a night ahead of the B block?
Yes.
Okay.
A starts first.
All right.
And then
Gotcha.
Toru Yano, Kenta, Shingo Takagi, Kota Ibushi all have 6 points.
Jesus Christ.
The big difference is out of these guys, Shingo Takagi's 3-1, and all the rest of them are 3-2 because they have all had their bye essentially from Tetsuya
So
Naito.
they've got their okay. All right.
Then you have 2 guys with 4, and that is Yujiro Takahashi and Tomohiro Ishii. Both of them have 4. Takahashi is 2-2. Ishii is 2-3. So he's had his bye as well. Without his bye, he is 1-3. Tongaloa is only 1-3. His only win is the bye. And then Tetsuya Naito is 0-9, obviously. So that is the official numbers from night 7. So now let's go to night 8.
So many nights.
Yes. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Cobb beat Tama Tonga. Not surprised there.
No, I'm kidding.
Evil defeated Chase Owens. Not surprised there.
No surprise there.
Yoshihashi beat Taichi. They were on the defeated list.
All right.
Okada beat Gato. Not surprised there.
No.
And Tanahashi beat Sonata. Not surprised there.
A lot of chalk in that column.
So right now, you have Jeff Cobb and Okada at 8, Evil Tanahashi at 6, Taichi and Sonata at 4, and Tama Tonga and Yoshihashi both at 2, and Gato and Chase Owens are still over. So then we finally get to night 9. Night 10 is happening tomorrow. Or tonight, I should say. So this one, we have an upset. Big time upset, honestly. Kenta defeated Great Okan, who was tied for the lead. So that's a big one.
Little Bullet Club versus UE right there.
And then Tongaloa defeated Yujiro Takahashi.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tongaloa's got him a win.
Got him on the board.
Then here you go. Tomohiro Ishii defeated Zack Sabre Jr. That's a surprise.
I want to see that match.
So do I. And Ibushi beat Takagi.
Okay.
So your standings now in B block.
Well, it's getting muddled up.
Oh
ain't
my
it?
God, this one's crazy. Great Okan, Zack Sabre Jr., Kenta, and Kota Ibushi all have 8 points.
Oh wow.
Then you have 3 guys with 6. You have Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, Shingo Takagi, all with 6 points. And then you have Takahashi and Tangaloa, both with 4 points, respectively. We're almost done.
I mean,
So you have night 10 coming. And night 10, I have the preview. I just had.
back to the B block, right?
Yes. So your preview for B block will be Okada, Sonata. Of course, they want to give me words instead of just who's facing who. I hate you. I appreciate New Japan's website on so many levels, other than they feel like they have to storytell everything instead of just tell me who faces who.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
All right, so 10-14, 10-12, 10-8. Okay, so the next night is 10-8, and that's coming up. Evil will face Tanahashi. Taichi will face Okada. Gato will face Chase Owens, so we will have a winner out of that one. Yoshihashi will face Tama Tonga, and Sonata will face Jeff Cobb. So there you have it. That is the card for the next show.
And you said that's on 10/8, so
10-8
Friday.
Friday.
Okay, so not tonight.
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. You're welcome.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You are welcome.
Cool. All right. Well, lots of G1 happening, and then
Lots of G1 happening.
it's a big thing. So good stuff there. Some matches I really love to see too. So well, we'll make sure to give you more updates for that. There's actually more stuff happening this weekend. I did want to make mention of. So first of all, like I said, coming up end of the month is going to be Journey Pro show. There's also been announced the other promotion in Kansas City here, Global Wrestling Federation. They actually announced their next show as well. So it is,
Dynamic Wrestling Federation.
Dynamic Wrestling Federation. You can't tell I'm looking at 3 things at once here. I'm getting things crossed. Dynamic Wrestling Federation announced their next show as well. Their next show is going to be on... I literally had it here a minute ago, and now I don't know where it is. It's going to be in November. I know that. So they're doing every other month. So they're going to be November is their next show. I want to say it's like the upcoming events here. I'm super prepared for this, aren't I? It's going to be November the 13th. Yes, November 13th. Tickets go on sale Thursday. So, this is a pre-sale if you subscribe to their newsletter to go on sale Thursday. General public tickets go on sale this coming Friday. They're revamping how they do their seating as well. So before they did, remember how they used to do it at the NWL, where you'd buy the front row was at the first 2 rows, and you had the second section, and then you had generals, everything else behind it. They're getting rid of that. They're doing the front row. So if you want to sit in the front row, you pay $5 extra, I think it is, for those tickets.
Yeah.
And then behind it is going to be all GA, all one price. But, and this is cool, they're doing like VIP style booth seating, if you will. So you get a table. If you got like three or 4 other friends, you guys can get a table for whatever the price is. And it includes like a waiter and all this stuff. And, so it's like, That's kind of a cool ass option. That's really snazzy. I mean,
like that.
I still think it's not something we do at Journey Pro. It's not our style of show.
This is
but
not our style.
that's kind of cool. So, unfortunately, schedule didn't work out. We had other things happening, and we couldn't make Dynamic Wrestling Federation last month. Maybe November. We'll see. So, the bad news is that if I'm correct here in what day it is, that is the same day as Full Gear.
Oh,
So
it's unfortunate.
And I'm on their Twitter here and on their website. It says tickets go on sale, but I don't see the. I know I saw this that it was announced what the next date was, and now I can't find it. So I apologize here. We'll talk about that. I'll make sure I get my facts straight for Thursday's show.
Okay.
If you guys want to know more, sign up for their. Go to dwfwrestling.com. Sign up for their newsletter. So there you go. There's also some shows coming up this weekend. So Impact, we're going to talk about in just a moment here. They have their Knockouts show is happening on Saturday night. Already been taped, but it should be cool. I think it's like a $10 Fight TV jobber. So I'm going to order it, of course. I'm actually ordering 2 shows this weekend because GCW, there's the G, see? GCW is having their next big pay-per-view weekend going on. So there's 2 shows. There's GCW Fight Club, which is on Saturday night, and then they have a Sunday show, GCW Aftermath.
Ooh.
The only notable thing right now of Aftermath, from what I can see, is that they have Joey Janela going up against Minoru Suzuki.
Ooh, that should be fun. Death match?
That would say
Is it
what?
gonna be a death match?
I do not know.
I mean, that'd be a fun death match.
It does not say if it's a death match or not. It just says Minoru Suzuki versus Joey Janela.
I mean, sign me up. Either way.
It's there now. The Saturday show is their main pay-per-view though for that. And woo-wee. Okay, so first of all, the GCW Championship match is presented by Mick Foley. Mick Foley's going to be in attendance there because, well, of course,
Why not?
that makes all the sense in the world. It's happening in Atlantic City too, so GCW's backyard, right? The main event is Nick Gage versus John Moxley for the GCW Championship. Let's fucking go. They've been dancing around this for months. I am ready for it. I'm not gonna lie. That match alone is reason to buy this pay-per-view. That's
Yeah, how much is it?
part $27.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Fight TV. Fight TV is fantastic. If you guys haven't used them at all, you should. It's great. Actually, the $27 is for the combo. If you want to do just the fight night, it's $20.
Interesting.
Not bad at all.
No.
Not bad at all. All right. So, if you order now, you get $2 on the Fight TV app. I'm going off topic here. Yes, so that is happening as the main event. Also, you got a bunch of other stuff. Marco Stunt's going to be there. You've got Mercer versus Yoda, which that's going to be a good one. You've got Alex Zane making his GCW debut or re-debut.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ever done it before.
I think it's his debut.
He's going to be there. You've got there's other stuff that was on. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing here. They shouldn't one complaint I have about GCW. They don't have a website. They have a merch website. That's it. So to actually, see what the card is, you gotta go on their Twitter or whatever, right? And they have them intermixed here. So I'm getting these matches all mixed up. Like Mercedes Martinez is going to be there, but that's going to be on Sunday. Okay. He's fighting Ali Catch. You've got Jimmy Lloyd facing Alex Colon on Sunday at Aftermath. For Fight Club, the Saturday show, we got Shane Mercer versus Yo-Yo. You have Alex Zane. You've got Moxie versus Gage. You've got Leo Rush making his GCW return. Hello. And then you've got one of the most intriguing matches, I will say, is Matt Cardona versus Effie. Effie is putting up his newly won internet champion, Matt Cardona's homemade championship belt. He's putting up the Internet Championship against Matt Cardona's GCW career. If he wins, Matt Cardona is never going to be allowed to wrestle in GCW again.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I know, right? Isn't that just like, ooh, that's good. So Effie's on fire. Although, is he still the Internet Champion? I mean, he did sell it to Danhausen.
He sure did sell it to Danhausen. I would assume so. That's a great point.
I mean, it is booked for Effie, so it is what it is. So, if you've never watched GCW, it's well worth it. Yes, deathmatch stuff for sure, but it's a lot more than that. It's a very fun promotion.
We went to a show. It was great.
It was fantastic, and Jamie talked about the getting pat down, and the crowd was a little bit rougher than what you might see on the reg, but not that bad at all. Everybody there was really cool. Everybody was really cool.
We met a few nice people.
It was a great time. Yeah. So all right, so that's happening this weekend. So in preparation, like I said, there's the Impact has the Knockouts Knockdown this weekend. They had a show last week that was very good. Like Jamie said, only down a couple thousand people. So not bad, not, you want to see them grow, but hey, not terrible, right? The show started off with a straight banger. So Josh Alexander is fully cashed in, no longer X Division champion. It's up in the air. They're doing 3 triple threats over the next 3 weeks to determine the triple threat combatants for Bound for Glory. The first of those was this past week, and it was Alex Zane, who we just talked about, making his Impact debut, Trey Miguel, and Laredo fucking Kid. Let's go.
Oh, man.
This match opened the show, and my God. Here's my complaint about this match. If this was on Dynamite, this would have torn the roof off because of the flippy spinny shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
Impact is at a disadvantage because of how they've been shooting. They're moving their production to Vegas after Bound for Glory, right? Mm-hmm. Thank God, because it's just there wasn't a lot of people in there, and there was like families and stuff too, which I think is weird. We have so few people. We have these kids in the front row and everything, which is fine. Mm-hmm. You got like a large crowd, but I don't know. It just they didn't really get as amped up. And if you went back and watched this match, which I have twice now. It's amazing. It's like triple spots the whole time. The 3 of them were just going at each other. There was a standing shooting star senton.
That's
done by Alex Zane. I know. I can't even believe I'm saying those words. It's like, wow. So there's so much ridiculousness on this match. Trey Miguel ended up getting the victory. He's a front runner, let's be honest, to be the X Division champion.
He's my pick.
I love me some Trey Miguel. Well, you are giving it away. We are doing our belt championship this weekend. I'm making the belt, as a matter of fact. So we shall see. I'm just ripping that out of Megan's claw. So Matt Renwald ended a promo where he challenged Laredo Kid to a match next week. So Laredo Kid's getting consistent booking action and Impact. I love it.
Yeah.
So it's good for him. He deserves it. I want to see El Vikingo somewhere, though. I want you to see El Vikingo. They originally the main event was supposed to be a rematch, 4-man kind of like street fight with Sami Callihan, Eddie Edwards versus Moose and W. Morrissey. Mm-hmm. They shot that mostly, and then reshot it because Sammy broke like 2 legs and his bone in his ankle on a dive. So and I only know that our friend Christine is at Shining Polaris on Twitter. Hey, Christine. She was at the taping and she made mention of it. She's not going to show any video of it because it's not fair, but just FYI, that's what happened. So they repackaged it, and it's well known too. It's repackaged that he got jumped backstage by Moose earlier in the day, right? So they did a little vignette and they altered the match. It's just Morrissey versus Edwards in a street fight with Moose banned at ringside. Whatever. You had the next match was a number 1 contender match for the women's tag titles. The Influence. That would beat Tennille Dashwood and Madison Rain versus Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering. And the Influence won in very influence ways, right? They are... here's my prediction. And I'm gonna put my fancy booking hat on here. All right. Influence wins the tag team title, women's knockouts tag team titles from Decay.
Mm-hmm.
At Bound for Glory, because that's when the match is, and they're fighting them at Knockouts Knockdown. Well then, okay, shit. I thought that was for Bound for Glory. I was gonna say they win the titles, and then who shows up but the Influence?
Inspiration.
God, these fucking words are overlapping again. Son of a bitch. You know where I was going with this the whole time.
I mean, earlier
Okay.
you said Sami Callihan broke 2 legs in his bone instead of 2 bones in his leg.
Just give me a shovel. I'll do the work myself. Just give me the fucking shovel. All right. So anyway, they get a title shot. Christopher Daniels promo. Yeah, he's back. He founded this place. Blah blah blah. Good Brothers promo where they suggest next week a tag team match. That tag team match will determine their opponent for Bound for Glory. That tag team match is going to be Finn Juice versus the Bullet Club.
Oh.
Now, the Bullet Club, in this sense, is some mix of Crispe Hakaleo and El Fantasmo. I don't know how long G1's going for, but I don't think it's going to work. Because I'm like,
G1's like a month.
Yeah. I was like, it could potentially, because it's the Bullet Club, they could pull a swerve at Bound for Glory and bring in the Guerrillas of Destiny, but once again, I don't think the time is gonna work out. Then you had Deonna Purrazzo show up at Mickey James's farm, and the two of them just beat the shit out of each other. It was actually very entertaining. An old trope, that apparently happened on WWE in a manner of speaking this past week as well. Sure wasn't as good as this though. It was entertaining. It was nice. They're setting up that thing real good. After that, you have some interesting stuff, okay? So, next match was Madman Fulton versus the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels looked good. Back to his old stuff. BME looked really crisp. He got the win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And backstage, they kind of did this thing, after commercial break. They did a couple little promos, Johnny Swinger still pissed off about, them moving to Vegas because the illegal casino is going to get busted, broken up, or whatever. I don't know. But then they did this thing with Ace Austin talking with Madman Fulton, saying that the match was his to win. And they go to talk to Scott D'Amore, and he's upset, and he's going on with all this stuff about, typical heel shit, right? Hashtag heel shit. So they set up a match next week where it's Christian Cage and Josh Alexander versus Austin and Fulton. So I don't really get the point of the whole Christopher Daniels thing in the middle of this. It's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they're going with that, because Ace Austin feels like the big setup, right? I mean, him and Alexander have the big feud anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's how Alexander won the X Division title. Alexander makes sense to be the one to take the belt off of Christian, and then you can set up Austin because that's his big feud, right?
Yeah.
This is all filler, but it was good to see Daniels back in there, and who knows, might be hanging around. The next part is where it got really interesting. So you had Violent by Design. They've been going this whole thing with Rhino because Eric Young blamed Rhino for them losing the tag titles. He'd been punishing him since, and then Rhino's been out being conditioned or whatever. So they bring out Rhino, and they're asking for his decision. Is he going to do the right thing to stay in Violent by Design or not? What way you're going to go? And then Heath's music hits. He's Rhino's old tag team partner, right? He actually won the Call Your Shot tournament that they Violent by Design used to get the tag titles. And he comes out and just starts swinging away at Violent by Design, right? Because originally Heath and Rhino had beef feuding against Violent by Design, where Rhino turned and joined. That's how they covered up Heath's injury. So he's back now, and Rhino's got a decision to make. Now, there's another title that's going to happen at Bound for Glory, and I don't know how I feel about this at all. It's called the Impact Digital Media Championship. There's an elimination tournament that's going on, and the inaugural champion, I have this pulled up here because I want to read this. The inaugural champion, which will be primarily defended, which will be primarily defend through the promotion's digital social media and Impact Plus streaming service. So they're basically setting up, they're trying to get more people to sign up for their other ways to view their product other than Access TV.
Yeah.
And they're making a championship for that. Okay.
So you're going to become the Impact DMC?
Yes. I don't know. It's just like, just get a better TV deal, right? That's what I say. Anywho, so next week you got a cool couple matches. You know, another notable will be the X Division triple threat next week is Black Taurus, Steve Macklin, and Petey Williams. Fucking bangers. This
Ooh, I see Steve Macklin getting the dub.
I think Macklin will get the W as well. Yeah, I think it'd definitely be him. And I don't know who the other three people are going to be, but I don't know. I think Macklin's going to come out of that. And it's going to be so good. So, you also got a 6-man tag, by the way. Hikuleo, Chris Bay, and El Phantasmo versus Chris Sabin and Finjuice. So, apparently they're not doing Finjuice and Bullet Club yet for that number one contender. But anywho, some good stuff happening next week. Now, the main event was Eddie Edwards versus W. Morrissey in a street fight. Yes, we've seen this match. Yes, we've seen it as a street fight. I know. Still was good, entertaining. Moose was banned from ringside. So you know what that meant. Moose showed up, right?
Of course.
But Alicia Edwards came out, kendo stick, starts whacking away on Morrissey during it, and Eddie ends up getting the pinfall. But of course, that leads to Moose attacking Edwards afterwards. She tries to help, Alicia does, but she gets shrugged off, and Moose demolishes him, and everybody's booing, but that's kind of how they ended it. They just keep going down, and basically they just beat the living shit out of Eddie Edwards after the match. It's time to move on. It really is.
Yes.
I think that they're trying to do as much as they can to preserve the main title picture, which is why they're keeping Moose and Callahan, who's now injured, unfortunately, but they're keeping them busy, and Morrissey, because I think the next logical step is Morrissey and Moose. They both don't like each other. They said that. They're not friends.
Yeah.
But them two going at each other is where you need to go.
100%. Let's end up there.
It's a good episode.
It'll end up there.
Yeah. End up with that, but I think it's time. And I understand that you don't want to take away because you want to. This is the ascension of Josh Alexander. I truly believe that. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to pick who I'm picking for the main event, right? I think you and probably Megan 3 belts is going to be the same way, not 4 belts. It's going to be the same way. It's going to be Alexander, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. Overall, another good episode of Impact. More people need to watch Impact. Go check them out on YouTube. Like I said, $1 a month. Come on, people.
$1 a month.
No commercials, too. It's great. I plowed through it. No time flat.
Nice.
Do you have any other little bits you want to attend to this week?
I don't think so. I think that's a lot of wrestling that we covered in just honestly a short amount of time.
It is. I want to end with this. I do have one last little note for you. There is a wrestler who's apparently working with a new promotion. Tessa Blanchard.
Women of Wrestling.
You hear about this?
Back, yeah.
He's going to be working with Women of Wrestling. So.
No one wants her.
Not AEW, not Impact. I know. And okay. I understand. She's a bully. She has some borderline racist things going on there. If she had a penis, they'd already would have forgotten it. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to defend her. Okay? I'm not. I don't think what she did was right. I don't think she should be in AEW. I understand why she shouldn't be an Impact, but I feel like people crucifying her is a bit much. It's like you got no. She got to serve her penance and serve her punishment, right? We're gonna but it's like, settle down, people. Like, she can work somewhere. All right, it's okay. And one day she'll be welcome back. I mean, shit, people have already forgot what Ric Flair did. That was like 2 weeks ago. They've already moved past it.
Yeah, because they do. It's Ric Flair, but with Tessa,
Exactly.
I mean, and that's the thing. Tessa's young, and she's got this track record that's followed her everywhere she's went, and it's hard to break that, And yes, she's getting crucified, but I am on the side of it's deservedly so, and it is going to take her a long time to change that perception.
Okay.
I don't see her in
Like,
a large promotion for the next few years.
Well, I don't necessarily see her for the next couple of years either. But I don't know. It's, to me, that's a fine line, because does she deserve to be punished for what her history has been? Yes, she deserves. Yes, most definitely. And it's kind of like, I remember we talked similarly about Evilise, who not nowhere near. I'm not trying to compare them as being in the same breath necessarily, but Evilise, to your point, has a bad reputation that follows her. Whether hers deserve it or not, I'm not getting into the politics of that. But do they deserve it? I don't know. I feel like, it's pretty much a done deal that the major promotions aren't going to touch her, right? No time soon.
Which I think is shocking that WWE isn't doing.
I really do as well, because if there's anyone who really doesn't give a shit, I mean, hell, Ryder, or was it Jackson Ryder, or what does he go by now? Riker. Jackson Riker's still employed there.
He's gone now.
Shit. Oh, he is officially gone now?
He's gone now.
Oh, thank God for that. But he wasn't for the longest time. It took him forever to cut ties with Snitsky.
Mm-hmm.
Not Snitsky.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the dude's name, but Lars Sullivan. Sorry, Snitsky was is a good brother. Sorry there, Doc Gallows. That's not what I meant. But yeah, so as I'm saying, and I think that's my only argument, is that I feel like, yes, she should not be there, and I would not be excited to see her in AEW. But I feel like because she's a woman too, she's getting a lot worse of this brunt. Am I alone on this, people? Like, let me know, because that's the way I feel. It's like, she started with women wrestling. Good for her. Cool. Start somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. Work your way back up. That's what I feel. There are people who are just like, she should never be allowed in a wrestling ring ever again. And I go, okay, let's back the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm not on that. Like, she needs to be canceled. I think she needs to start from scratch again, work her way up from the bottom, and prove to everybody, if she says she regrets it and she's changed, well, now she's got the opportunity to start walking that walk instead of just talking that talk.
Time to prove it. So,
yep.
Let us know what you guys think. Is she blackballed for you guys, or do you give her the opportunity to work her way back up? Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Or something other. I don't even want to know what that would be.
Fair.
I'm enjoying watching your cat.
I know. I see it, and it's pissing me off. Like, I want to yell.
Like, that's a leather ottoman. Okay, well, let's wrap this up so you can go reprimand your cat. We will be back on Thursday with our AEW review. Like I said at the beginning of this show, check us out next Tuesday. We will have an interview with the Howlets. It's going to be fantastic. Mm-hmm. Definitely not one to let the kids listen to if you're trying to keep the bad words out of their ears. But everybody loves them some Howlets. If you love yourself some Howlets, head on over to our website, totalspotfest.com. Get yourself your own heel shit shirt. We've already ordered ours. Mm-hmm. So... Mm-hmm. Yes, it's well worth it. And give us a comment, give us a like. Let us know what you guys thought of everything. Let us know, like I said, who do you think is going to be that mystery opponent on AEW this coming Wednesday? So that's what we got. We will see you next time. Jamie, take us home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down Total Spot Fest, I have 3 words for you. # heel shit.
All right, guys. We will see you next time.
Peace.